Friends, buckle up. We're diving headfirst into the wild world of crypto, and who else would be steering the ship but former President Donald Trump? Yes, you heard that right. The man who once declared bankruptcy 6 times is now deeply invested in the future of finance. It's like watching a raccoon try to give a lecture on investment banking. You can't look away, even though you know it's probably going to end badly. Imagine a world where tweets dictate economic policy, where executive orders are treated like divine decrees, and where the phrase stable genius is used unironically. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, why should I care about crypto? Isn't that just something teenagers use to buy Fortnite skins? And to that I say, fair point. Hold my Diet Coke. So, what exactly has Trump done this time? Well, he's gone and signed an executive order establishing a crypto strategic reserve. Now, I'm no economist, but that sounds suspiciously like something a Bond villain would say before unleashing a global financial meltdown. The details of this executive order are about as clear as a mud wrestling competition in a rainstorm. But from what we can gather, it seems like Trump wants the US to hoard a bunch of cryptocurrency, just like it does with oil. The idea, presumably, is to protect America's financial interests in the brave new world of digital currency. Trump, never one for subtlety, chose to announce his crypto executive order in the most Trumpian way possible, at a hastily organized rally in rural Florida. Picture it, a sea of red hats, the humid air thick with the scent of sweat and desperation, a giant inflatable Trump coin swaying ominously in the background, flanked by his usual cast of characters, a MyPillow guy look-alike, a woman wearing a sequined American flag dress, and a man who may or may not have been Steve Bannon in a Groucho Marx disguise. Trump took the stage to the strains of Macho Man. The crowd went wild. "We're gonna make America's crypto great again," he bellowed into the microphone, his voice hoarse from yelling. "We're gonna beat China. We're gonna beat Sleepy Joe. We're gonna beat the fake news." The crowd roared its approval, their cheers echoing across the swamp. The executive order itself, which Trump proudly proclaimed was number 69,420 because of course it was a masterpiece of incoherence. So what was Trump really trying to achieve with this whole crypto reserve thing? Was it a desperate attempt to stay relevant in a post-presidency world? A cynical ploy to distract from his mounting legal troubles? Or was there something more sinister at play? Theories abound, ranging from the plausible to the downright bizarre. Some speculated that Trump, facing potential financial ruin from his various lawsuits, saw crypto as a way to shield his assets from creditors. Others believed he was trying to curry favor with the growing number of crypto billionaires, hoping they would fund his future political ambitions. Still, others saw the crypto reserve as a Trojan horse, a way for Trump to exert control over the decentralized world of digital currency. As news of Trump's executive order spread, the crypto community went into overdrive. On Twitter, hashtags like #TrumpCoin, #MAGABlockchain, and #CryptoKing trended worldwide. Bitcoin's price, already on a roller coaster ride, shot up like a rocket fueled by pure speculation. Crypto evangelists, many of whom had previously viewed Trump with suspicion, suddenly embraced him as a visionary leader. He gets it, they proclaimed, hailing his executive order as a watershed moment for the industry. The mainstream financial world, however, was less enthusiastic. America, land of the free, home of the Bitcoin? So, let's talk Turkey, folks. Or should I say, let's talk Bitcoin. Because that's what this whole crypto strategic reserve boils down to. America, the land of the free, potentially becoming the world's largest hoarder of digital beanie babies. Now, the supposed rationale behind this is that it would give America more leverage in the global financial system. Think of it like the oil reserves, but instead of black gold, it's ones and zeros. The idea is that if the dollar ever goes the way of the dodo, we'll have a safety net of digital doubloons to fall back on. But here's the thing. Crypto is about as stable as a house of cards built on a roller coaster, and let's not forget the environmental impact of all this crypto mining. When unstable geniuses collide, crypto's volatility meets Trump's impulsivity. Now imagine for a second what happens when you combine the inherent volatility of crypto with the, shall we say, unpredictable nature of Donald Trump. It's like mixing Mentos and Diet Coke, but instead of a sugary explosion, you get a financial meltdown. We've already seen how Trump's tweets can move markets. Remember when he single-handedly tanked the stock prices of Boeing and Lockheed Martin with a couple of angry tweets? Now imagine him doing the same thing with Bitcoin, but with the power of the US government behind him. And let's not forget about Trump's, flexible relationship with the truth. A regulatory minefield, navigating the wild west of crypto. Even if we ignore the Trumpian chaos factor, there are still a whole host of regulatory hurdles to overcome. The crypto world, for all its talk of decentralization and disruption, is still very much the Wild West. It's a shadowy realm of anonymous transactions, unregulated exchanges, and more scams than you can shake a stick at. And let's not forget about the potential for money laundering, tax evasion, and other financial crimes. Cryptocurrencies, with their pseudonymous nature and lack of oversight, are a dream come true for criminals and tax cheats alike. From Wall Street to Satoshi Street, the financial world reacts. As you can imagine, the reaction from the traditional financial world to Trump's crypto executive order has been a mixture of amusement, confusion, and outright panic. Wall Street veterans, used to dealing with predictable things like stocks and bonds, are scratching their heads trying to understand this newfangled digital asset class. Some see it as an existential threat, a harbinger of the end of traditional finance as we know it. Others view it as a passing fad, a speculative bubble that's bound to burst sooner or later. The crypto prophets, Trump is our unlikely savior. The reactions to Trump's crypto executive order were about as varied as the crypto market itself. On one side, you had the die-hard crypto evangelists, the ones who believe Bitcoin is going to save the world, and that blockchain is the answer to everything from climate change to world hunger. These folks, often found on Twitter with laser eyes as their profile pictures, were ecstatic. To them, Trump, despite his checkered past and questionable understanding of how the internet works, was suddenly a visionary leader. He was the one who finally got it, the one brave enough to stand up to the big banks and usher in a new era of financial freedom. "This is huge," proclaimed one Bitcoin influencer, his voice trembling with excitement. Wall Street shudders. We've seen this movie before, and it doesn't end well. On the other side of the spectrum, you had the Wall Street establishment, the titans of traditional finance, staring at the news with a mixture of amusement and dread. To them, crypto was a fad, a speculative bubble inflated by tech bros and libertarian dreamers. "This is madness," muttered one silver-haired banker, adjusting his cufflinks nervously. "This whole crypto thing is built on sand. It's only a matter of time before the whole thing collapses." The old guard of finance saw Trump's embrace of crypto as yet another example of his reckless disregard for established norms and institutions. The skeptics speak. This is either genius or insanity, or maybe both. And then there were the skeptics, the ones who weren't quite sure what to make of it all. They saw the potential benefits of crypto, its ability to empower individuals and create a more inclusive financial system. But they also recognized the risks, the volatility, the potential for fraud, and the environmental impact. This is either the most brilliant move of Trump's career, or the most reckless, mused one financial analyst stroking his chin thoughtfully, or maybe it's both, only time will tell. The banks aren't amused. "You can't just disrupt us, we have lobbyists." You know who wasn't invited to the crypto love-in? The big banks. You know, those bastions of financial stability that brought us such hits as the 2008 financial crisis and the Wells Fargo account scandal. They looked at Trump's crypto hug, and let's just say they weren't thrilled. Imagine a pack of lions watching a gazelle cozy up to a crocodile. Sure, the gazelle might think it's found a powerful ally, but those lions? They've seen how this story ends. And it ain't pretty. The banks have spent decades building their empires, lobbying for favorable regulations, and generally acting like they own the place. Now let's talk about security, shall we? Because when it comes to crypto, security is about as reliable as a Trump campaign promise. It's a world where hackers roam free, where phishing scams are as common as Starbucks, and where losing your private keys is the digital equivalent of flushing your life savings down the toilet. And who do we have in charge of this potentially volatile asset class? The same guy who once tweeted classified information from his personal phone and thought cybersecurity was something you do in a shower. Not exactly reassuring, is it? The potential for disaster here is enormous. Imagine a scenario where the crypto strategic reserve, filled with billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum, gets hacked. The future of finance or a Trumpian house of cards? Well, folks, there you have it. Donald Trump, the man who once declared bankruptcy 6 times, wants to make America great again, one Bitcoin at a time. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Is this the dawn of a new era for American finance, a bold leap into the future of money? Or is it just another one of Trump's harebrained schemes, destined to crash and burn like a Trump Steaks franchise? The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in between. Cryptocurrencies, for all their volatility and uncertainty, do hold the potential to revolutionize the way we think about money and finance. They could empower individuals, break down barriers, and create a more inclusive financial system. But they also come with significant risks, from fraud and manipulation to environmental damage and the potential for misuse by bad actors. And let's not forget the sheer volatility of the crypto market, where fortunes can be made and lost overnight on the whims of meme-loving Redditors and Elon Musk's Twitter feed. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a bumpy ride. One thing's for sure, with Trump involved, things are about to get a whole lot more interesting. Or terrifying, maybe both. We're talking about a man who once suggested nuking hurricanes and injecting bleach to cure COVID-19. Now he's got his sights set on the world of cryptocurrency, a realm even more chaotic and unpredictable than his own Twitter feed. So, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a bumpy ride. We could see Bitcoin soaring to new heights, fueled by Trump's unpredictable pronouncements and the sheer force of his ego. Or we could witness a spectacular meltdown, as the crypto market buckles under the weight of government intervention and Trump's unique brand of chaos. The only certainty is uncertainty. And that, my friends, is the terrifying beauty of the Trumpian crypto era. So, what have we learned today? So, after all that, what have we learned? Well, for starters, we've learned that Donald Trump is about as predictable as a hurricane in a bathtub. Just when you think you've got him figured out, he throws a curveball, leaving everyone scrambling to make sense of the chaos. We've also learned that the world of cryptocurrency is a wild, wacky, and often terrifying place. It's a realm where fortunes can be made and lost overnight, where scams lurk around every corner, and where the line between genius and insanity is thinner than a Bitcoin miner's profit margin. But most importantly, we've learned that when you combine the unpredictable force of Donald Trump with the volatile world of cryptocurrency, the only possible outcome is, well, no one really knows. And that, my friends, is the most terrifying thought of all. So next time you see Bitcoin's price skyrocketing or plummeting, remember, it might just be Trump, tweeting from the golf course, trying to make America's crypto great again. And as we've learned time and time again, when it comes to Trump, anything is possible. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. Stay tuned for more updates.